BS.
Gimme Mesquite, boys. What's up? It's Dave and the crew. We got a special friend of the family online with us. We got Vit Vit Mesquite, or more popularly...
I don't know if I like Dave and the crew so much. It makes it sound like
a boy band.
Yeah, it's like you're the leader.
Well,
that's bullshit.
I mean...
I like being the crew.
I just decided that, so
and
we can vote on it. My vote just counts for 3.
Hey, he's a Dave in the Woods, guys.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake?
What about Vit Vit and the Mesquite 4?
That's better.
Yes, that's a lot better. I think all the listeners have voted the Mesquite 4.
Mesquite.
Well, anyways, it's
the results are in.
It's not Dave and the crew. It's Dave and the other leaders.
All leaders,
it's
all
the crew.
men.
It's
the crew.
It's the oligarchy. Sorry, a
This is
political science joke there for you.
The Dave
Olive
Matthews
Garden.
Band.
Olive Garden joke for you. Anyways, who do we have here tonight? We have who's to my left here?
Just Donna. That's it.
Am I to your left?
You're to the north.
Who's north?
Who is that on the phone? Who is that?
Oh, Vita Vita.
Mosquito.
Back and raring. I've actually been playing my my Vita again.
Did you say
and I'll get to that later.
Yeah, raring. You like raring to go.
Yeah,
Raring.
I'm raring to go.
Probably a nod to his medieval times career.
And roaring. He roars at
Oh,
us, too.
roar! It's like internet roaring.
Like when the horse rears up and then you get thrown.
Gotcha.
So
That's me. I'm rearing.
So you're throwing your backside up in the air
I'm just-
proudly for all to see.
So you're a centaur now. Great.
We don't discriminate.
Who?
I'm a Lionel.
Who's to
Lionel?
his south?
It's your baby boy Brank here. Ready to bring you the good news.
Are you raring to bring the good news?
I'm raring and readying and definitely ready to do this with cats on me.
Brank, who's to your lap?
Who's to my lap is my cat friend.
Cat. That's my cat Timber.
No, that's my cat.
Named after the tiger in Diddy Kong
It's
Racing.
named after Timbaland.
Whoa.
Timberland. That's actually more
It's
accurate.
actually just named after falling trees.
Timber. Actually, it's named after the Shakira.
No, it's not
Kesha.
Shakira.
No, not
it's
Shakira,
a
Kesha.
Yeah.
Keisha.
Yeah.
No,
Keisha.
key money
No,
sign.
Keisha.
Keisha. So who's left to be introduced here?
This is Vit Vit McJankerson.
All right.
We can't confuse these people enough.
One of our show's New Year's resolutions was to have less confusing
This
nicknames.
is it's Josh Jankerson, or just Josh, or
me,
just
Josh
Jank.
Just call yourself Josh or Jank. I'm Brank. You got that.
PhD.
You got Vit Vit over here.
Got Vit Vit. Okay, cool.
Vit Vit.
That was
Mesquite.
that was a long intro.
Just as a word of warning, Josh has been talking in and out of an Irish accent.
Slightly Irish, not on
Must
purpose.
have had a little too much luck in his lucky
He's
charms
excited
today.
for St. Patrick's.
I am.
It is coming up.
He's a red-headed man.
It's
so
it's the one.
Josh, can you do the rest of the show with an Irish accent, please?
Maybe.
That's a tall
Let's
order
try to
for
offend
us.
as many people.
Yeah, please.
Well, we have no listeners in Ireland yet, so this will
That's
bring
true.
them all in.
There we go. Diversify. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for joining us tonight on the episode 40 Uno. Is that what we're on?
40 Uno. We made
Wow.
it. We did it, guys. We hit the
Wow.
big milestone.
That's great. Congratulations to us. Quick house sweeping items. Like and comment us on iTunes or wherever you listen to the podcast. Hit us up on social media and send us an email at superbsgamescast.
Oh,
no.
You almost got it this time.
Oh.
Super BS Cast.
Super BS Cast. Okay. I just do that just to like reiterate it.
I do it so everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
At
Okay, cool.
farmersonly.com.
why is our email different than our name?
Just
legal
shut up.
legal issues.
Shut up, and you can't change your name once you make it.
Man, we are legal legends.
Legal legends.
Legal
legends.
So it's superbscast@gmail.com.
Hell yeah.
All right. Write us an email because the last email we got was from a guy the admin or whoever.
Vita.
That was really funny though.
About Frankenstein.
About Frankenstein. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the last one we got was about Frankenstein, which was also great. Anywho, so let's chat about the games we playing. You guys want to talk about games we're playing?
Yeah.
Brank, why don't you kick us off on what games you're playing?
I have only been playing Quattro Gamos, which isn't a lot for me in a week span.
Pretty versatile. Twink versatile here.
How many is Quattro for our non-Spanish speaking
It's a game
audience?
called Quattro.
Quattri,
Okay.
which is
Quattri.
Italian for 4. So,
Weird.
yeah, I played a little bit more Owlboy. I don't know if it's exactly the game for me. I am about 2 hours into it, and I mean not 2 hours into it. Sorry, I played 2 more hours. I'm almost done with it. It's a love letter. The guy did a really good job making it, but
It's ruffling some feathers.
it's rough, but I just don't really want like a super linear platformer. I've also been playing Hearthstone again.
Cool.
Kobolds and whatever catacombs.
Catacombs.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
What class did you pick?
Hunter, and I've only gotten through 5 of the bosses because it starts ramping up like crazy.
Do you remember what types of totems you got, or like rewards, or?
Oh yeah, I chose the double health for
I
one.
told them
run.
all to fuck off.
Yeah, there you go.
I chose the double health for one reward, and
That's
then
a good
I
one.
chose increase your hero power by 1 and also make it cost 1 mana.
Okay, that's good. That's where you can aim, and it does.
No. This one just makes it so you shoot 3 at the enemy hero.
Oh,
every
3
time
damage.
for
Oh,
one
nice.
for 1 mana.
For 1 mana. Cool.
So that was cool, and I did a bunch of other stuff to get all the card packs because they keep giving you card packs if you haven't played in a long time. Like play 10 cards, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
I played Yakuza 6, like the demo. It just came out today. I'll actually cripple the news section real quick. So I want to throw this in there because the demo came out today. They accidentally released the whole game for free to people who downloaded it.
Oh dear.
So I downloaded it. I guess it's gonna be patched out later. But since I didn't have that much time, I couldn't sit through the 25-minute cutscene that starts the game. So I
Those are
only watched
brutal.
about 20 minutes of it. And then I've been playing a lot of Deus Ex. I love that game.
Wait. You watched 20 minutes of a 25-minute cutscene and didn't finish?
I didn't know it was 25 minutes when I was watching it.
already,
There wasn't an in-game timer counting
Yeah.
down.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I just recognized that I'd spent almost 1 million hours doing one thing, and I got crazy and died.
Yeah, we really need more in-game timers for cutscenes so that
They
we know what
do.
we're getting into.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that went from
Fifi.
20 minutes to 1 million hours real
And
fast.
it's not an
Real quick.
exaggeration. Somehow he fit 1 million hours between the last 2 podcasts. But no,
You
I've
could have
like
just played a bunch of Hearthstone while you're watching the cutscenes.
That's
Oh,
true.
could have, but
multitasking.
cutscenes are in Japanese, so I need to read the subtitles. Okay.
Was this on Nintendo Switch?
I mean, if you have, it sounds like you have zero interest in the story anyway, since you didn't want to watch the cutscenes.
I didn't have the time to finish 25-minute cutscenes.
Okay, you playing anything else?
Yeah, one last thing. I brought this up last week. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. I just absolutely love running around the city. I just recently got a move that lets me charge dash through the air. So
Real
like,
quick, if the Deus Ex developers listening, please make a Skyrim type world where you can run around and explore the Deus Ex world.
it's actually
Who was that
I was
quoting there?
asking for a Black Panther
I know.
world.
Yeah, I know.
But that's me.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. I wish that they had more of these augmented kits. Like you get these praxis kits, and for like 2 points you can add a new ability, and then 1 lets you upgrade it. I wish it cost more and they had more in the world, because that's my favorite thing to find, and they're really, really rare. There's only 20 in the whole game to find, and the other ones you get are just by leveling up. But
And you wish it cost more.
no, I wish like every praxis kit, like say it was like instead of 2, you need like 5 or 8, and when you jump up to the top of a balcony that's really hard to find, there's a praxis kit in there. But there's not, because there's only 20 in the game, so they put them in special
Wait, is
areas.
there like balcony rarity in this game? It's hard to find.
And he was using it as an example. I
Yeah,
think.
there was an example where I had to like.
Now, I saw you jump off a balcony and die. That was...
I got an ability that lets me hack things from far away, and so I hacked 2 ladders. Then I used my charge dash ability to dash through the air upwards into another.
Can we get a visual on this?
It was really cool. I wish I could do visuals. But
How
anyways,
far into the game are you?
I probably could beat it in like 3 hours, but I don't want to. So I don't know. I probably will play for another 10 or 15.
Oh, just exploring and messing around.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's that fun. You know, it's kind of like just every time there's a new district, I just want to go there and find everything there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish there were more practice points.
That's cool.
It's awesome. Thank you for asking about
Practice makes perfect.
Oh.
So Vit Vit Switch McGitch,
Vita,
Horseman, Lionel. What are you playing?
Syphilis.
A few things. One, really just been hunting me a lot of boar in that Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
So-
that's like the best thing in that game. So enjoy.
Wait, is that a
Actually,
callback
I
to
have-
last episode?
No.
I haven't been playing Breath of the Wild, but I did want to say, like you, Dave, when I first started, I went right and then up, and I hit that area that just keeps raining, where it doesn't stop raining, and I tried climbing a mountain for like 2 hours thinking it was going to stop raining, but
Are you
But
talking
it
about
never-
the Farosh wetlands area where you'll see a green dragon?
That's where the fish people are, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind
where
of
the
go
fish-
west or east.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well-
that's
No,
Zora's
it's east.
domain.
Oh, okay.
it's
Wait.
Zora's domain where
It's-
it's just raining.
Yeah, you have to
So I was
beat it
just-
for it to stop raining.
I didn't know that. I was exploring, and I get to this mountain, and I'm trying to climb it for so long.
Oh.
And I like wait, and I go and make a sandwich, and I'm waiting for it to stop raining, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Wait, did you ignore? If you're in Zora's domain, did you ignore the part where all the Zora people are like, "Oh, it's ever since the beast went out of control, it hasn't stopped raining."
No, when I first started playing, I was exploring before I talked to the Zora people.
Okay,
So I get to this mountain and burn a lot of time doing nothing.
because there's
So-
there's the other part, Fair and Grasslands.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
there.
where it rains way more and never stops.
Yeah, and that never changes.
It's
Yeah,
a
that
pretty
place-
lush climate.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
also
lot.
where you
just-
get the durian, and you
Oh.
get tons of those and mix them and get extra Hearthstone.
Durian, is that a fruit?
Yeah, durian's one of the
Takeaway-
fruits.
The takeaway is if you're exploring and you get stuck, don't spend too much time doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, no, that's good advice because I literally almost quit playing that game, but I'm glad I didn't because
Because the rain or the boar?
It was a boar?
Well, the rain was a bore. Actually, I haven't experienced any rain problems yet.
Okay.
I, like Clint Black, like the rain. Like the rain. You know that song? 1990s country music reference, anyone?
I don't
Okay.
know, but
the
you could say
Ukrainian listeners
garbage.
are gonna like that.
You could say garbage. I'm only happy when it rains, and everybody knows that song.
I'm only happy when it rains.
Can we get a post Clint Black like the rain
I
sample
will.
right there?
I
Just
will
make sure you tag it.
try.
I think you're gonna want to.
The rain, I have fallen for you, and I know just why you like the rain. Always calling for you, I'm falling for you now.
You're gonna want to hear that.
And then I'm gonna put garbage. I'm only happy when it rains right next to it, which is way better.
I'm only happy when it rains.
So
It'd set fire to the rain.
ooh, I like that.
That is also a great song.
Yeah, it's
A lot.
great-
One of us
Impossible.
here loves Adele.
Yeah,
and,
this
Me,
is,
that's me.
staunchly defends her
Yeah,
prowess.
I
as an
love
artist.
people that sing like that sound like they have food in their mouth while they're singing. So
I
it's my absolute favorite.
I only listen to singers who are eating
It's like-
mid-song.
So
How little can I pronounce my words? It's my favorite.
That's my favorite. Vit, what else are you playing?
Real quick, I beat Celeste. After Brian's review, I actually went out and bought it. I give it an A+ for music, A+ for level design. It's fun. You get different soundtracks, the B-sides, and eventually you get C-sides too. But the story, I'm only going to give a B. It kind of got a little hipsterish, and
What do you mean by that?
Like they were.
like really, like she meets a guy Leo, and he's like, "Let's take a selfie," and I'm like, I don't like any of this now.
They're like drinking coffee and having pho.
So here's the thing. I totally can
like
see
both
where
of
you're coming
those.
from, Vit Vit, but I thought it was a cool thing for a platformer to even handle a story, and it talks about depression in a kind of interesting way. Like, I don't think it's the best story ever, but it was cool for a platformer.
How does it touch on depression? What does it do?
She has anxiety attacks during it, and a lot of the mountain.
She's
I don't want to
really
give
bummed
away.
out if you die a lot too.
I don't want to give away the whole story, but it's
Okay.
there's a lot of analogies in the game.
Interesting.
True, I will give it points for trying, but some I don't know. I'm still gonna stick with a B for story, just because I kind of was like,
You don't like depressed
I
people?
don't. No, I don't like depressed people.
You like to depress people, right?
I like to. I am the depressor.
He likes no. There's only 2 depressed people he likes.
Yeah, one of those is myself. So,
So you enjoyed it, yeah?
yeah, I mean, overall, I liked it, and like I said, the soundtrack's tight. I've been just listening to that a bunch. Like I
Soundtrack's
said, I
really
brought this
good.
up before. The older I get, the soundtrack just plays a bigger part in games for me. It really helps me kind of get into it. I mean, it was there too, like with Donkey Kong especially.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, it's just like, if the soundtrack isn't good, then yeah, okay, I can still like the game. But if the soundtrack's awesome, it just, I don't know, it does it for me now. So that's something I notice more as I get older. I don't know if that's the same for you guys. What do you think?
I've always been huge into soundtracks, as you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hasn't really.
I mean,
Donna hates them. Was what he means when he says, as you know.
I don't know if I would not play a game because it didn't have a stellar soundtrack. I've definitely played games where I turn music off for long periods of time and put on other music. But I don't think those games were designed with soundtrack in mind, a la World of Warcraft or any other competitive game.
So I think the music's not bad in those games. I just don't think it's super memorable.
It's distracting to me. Like if the point of the game is to like co-op and compete and
There's not usually a lot of music in like match type games though, but in WoW there's music for sure. It's just kind of
it's
not
really
memorable.
In a game like WoW, are you paying attention to the music when you play?
I'm not.
But I think that doesn't say anything other than that the music's not memorable, because in an RPG like an MMO like Final Fantasy 14 that has a really killer soundtrack, like it's a lot. Same with 11, and 11 is a much harder game to play than WoW.
Right.
But the soundtrack's great.
Yeah.
So I think it's not really like it's not like it may not be a detractor, but it just. It doesn't mean that like the game can't have good music or doesn't have good music. It's just
Yeah. But to Jake's point, I do appreciate a really great soundtrack, and it definitely enhances the game. But I'm not gonna not play a game if it has a bad soundtrack. I will not play a game if it has gummy shit, though.
This is definitely.
I think that I've gotten mostly lucky in picking games because I don't really play games with soundtracks I don't like. So I might have a similar thing. Like I can think of plenty of games that I don't like remember the soundtrack, especially nowadays since we're still in the middle of the like video games like aping Hollywood trend. So every soundtrack is extremely unmemorable, just like Hollywood soundtracks. Yeah, just lots of Hans Zimmer bullshit.
The Black Panther soundtrack is so bad.
What? Oh my god! Let's not get on
All right,
this.
let's not get into that. I
I
haven't
really
seen
enjoyed it.
So,
That's just for the record. I like it. Josh's an idiot. Just put it on the record.
But I mean, to be fair, like I couldn't hum you a single melody from a single Marvel movie, but I remember all the songs like in Guardians of the Galaxy or in Thor and stuff.
Yeah.
But-
So the Black Panther soundtrack is.
No, not
It's
the
all Mo- is it
not
all
the
Motown?
soundtrack. I mean the score for Black Panther. I didn't really like that
Well,
much.
okay, whatever. It's mostly Kendrick Lamar stuff though, and that stuff's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway,
Sorry.
so
yeah, I haven't
yeah,
seen
sound-
it yet. I thought Black Panther mostly had like a Marvin Gaye soundtrack. No.
Oh, it's Kendrick Lamar, but it has like The Weeknd on it and stuff, and it's really good.
But anyway, yeah, soundtrack's a huge deal for me, but it has always been. So I don't know if I can't really tell if that's gotten more or less.
Do you like research who's on a game soundtrack before you play it, or does
maybe like 50% of the time. It
Okay.
really depends on the genre. If I'm playing a role-playing game, then I usually am just aware of who's doing the soundtrack anyway, because I own a lot of role-playing game soundtracks. If I'm playing a game like Tomb Raider, which we've talked a lot about and I loved, I'm not really going into it expecting a killer soundtrack. I'm
It was pretty
expecting
good, though.
I'm expecting a workable soundtrack,
Yeah,
like a soundtrack
yeah.
that adds to it, which is what a lot of movies do anyway, which is why the music itself, quote unquote, is like unmemorable, but it really fits the moment. So it's a lot more like that.
okay?
Whereas like, yeah, like I'll get like I specifically avoided Xenoblade Chronicles X because of the soundtrack, because it was done by the stupid guy that did Attack on Titan anime instead of the amazing guy
I
that
love
did
that.
Chrono Trigger.
Attack on Titan anime, it's really good.
I'm aware that
soundtrack or
it's
the-
I'm aware that it's
I
a
don't know
cool
about soundtrack,
anime,
but the anime
I
is really cool.
just started it last night. Actually.
but it changes the entire mood of the game. Like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 feels a lot like a mix between Final Fantasy 12 and Chrono Trigger. Like it's got this very Chrono Trigger-esque soundtrack and kind of environments, but it's a little bit more MMO-y like Final Fantasy 12 is.
Okay.
But then for Xenoblade Chronicles X, they had J-pop. They had like rap over battles and cutscenes.
Over
and just like,
cutscenes was the best video
Were
I
you able
saw.
to watch any of them, or were you like playing Hearthstone during it?
I saw a Twitch
So, yeah,
one
I think
where someone
had
was trying to watch it.
had that game featured had featured a soundtrack from like Mitsuda, or even Yoko Shimomura helped with the Xenoblade Chronicles soundtrack, I would have picked it up. But
Okay.
specifically because of the soundtrack, I did not.
Do you have thoughts on that, Jank? What Jake's question?
What was his question?
Has a soundtrack ever detracted from you so much that you won't
Detract
play
from your
games?
game experience.
That's a good question.
Well, boy. No, not really. Like I don't like, you know, we always talk about Final Fantasy 13 too. Like I didn't like the soundtrack for that, but like it wasn't enough to like make me stop playing it.
I think the soundtrack to 13. I think the soundtrack is pretty much the most redeemable part of all 13 games.
I'm just gonna stop this conversation. Sorry.
We need to spend at least
Well,
30
no,
more
not
minutes
to go into
talking
not
about
to go into the game, but I actually find that to be pretty fantastic. Like I still listen to that soundtrack even though I loathe that game.
But we haven't had
Yeah.
enough Final Fantasy talk.
But no, it doesn't detract from me.
Quick
playing.
aside about soundtracks, I really liked the Hearthstone opening song. That when you open the game, they do like really cool CGI cutscene. I thought it was really fun.
I haven't even.
A musical.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that 20-minute cutscene?
No, that is cool. Like
It
when
was
they're
2.5 minutes.
like me when they're showing the cards and yeah.
And the girl singing, and she finds the thing in the snow. It's a CGI.
Well, all of the little dungeons and things have their own unique.
Well, this is new
soundtracks
as in
as
like
well.
3 or 4 days ago. Did
Oh,
you get a
I
chance to-
don't think I've seen it yet
It's
then.
really cool. It's
Oh,
made
sweet.
like the World of Warcraft opening videos.
Oh, awesome.
But like it looks like a Disney Pixar thing.
Oh,
Anyways,
like
sorry,
Overwatch?
Jake. Yeah, we've split aside.
So, Jank, what games are you playing?
I
Wait, I thought Jake was or Vit still had another game.
Oh, did you still have another game, Viti?
Yeah, last one is I'm going back to my my Vita and playing Salt and Sanctuary, and I'm about 75%.
Nice.
75%.
I wanted to play that.
That is a fun
Through-
game.
Yeah, I kind of got tired of it and rage quit like 5 months ago on it, and then I finished Celeste and I put my Switch down and went back to my Vita, and I was right in loving a Vita. I wish it's the system that could have been so much more.
I love something I love in Salt and Sanctuary is the feeling of beating a boss when you first discover it and you are not prepared to do so. Like,
it's always
yeah.
good feeling those
Yeah.
types of games.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Doesn't
cool
have
game.
yeah.
I'd love to play it on Switch.
Hell yeah!
But
real quick, what does a rage quit look like for you?
it's covered in barbecue sauce.
she just jumps into a vat of sauce.
I get my extra hot barbecue sauce and I just unload.
I don't know what to
Can we get a visual on that?
Put up on the screen.
D3. How do you rage quit, Josh?
I realized that I can't afford any more controllers, so I just shake
Let
mine
me interrupt you for
violently.
a second
Please
there,
do,
just
please.
for our interruption's sake. Gotta keep consistent here.
always have one.
For our
There's his
hopefully
Irish accent.
for our hopefully 1 to 2 new listeners a week, just know that it's religiously required for me to interrupt Josh in a serious way at least once a week. So I want to make
least
sure
once.
that
It's true. You might, if you're
So
from
please-
France and you're really polite, you might be offended by that. but
Please
just
keep him honest.
There's a lot
and
wrong
French
with that
people
sentence.
aren't
Go into
polite. I don't know what part of France you went to.
but I just want to make sure that joke is refreshed because it will never die. So
Eric, you do a really
So-
good job at it too, Eric. You do really good at interrupting him. So
I mean, sometimes I feel like you do above and beyond. Like you
I
are
just want to
supposed
let
to.
you know,
Yeah, you know-
I notice it every time.
I
Yeah,
have
I'm
made
just
a
like-
habit of talking slow when I first start to talk because I'm waiting for Eric to
You just might as well not
Actually,
get anything out.
I kid you not, Josh. Sometimes I feel like I feel like I get a hint of like you waiting to be interrupted, and then you keep talking, and it's kind of funny.
I do. Sometimes
I'm probably the only one that notices, but I think it's hilarious. So Eric,
And me too.
I've
You're
actually
crushing
also
it.
noticed before you both of you. So
Dave's the king of noticing.
Dave-
He is a lawyer.
I give a
It's
lot of
true.
notices.
legal
Dave
legends.
does a good job. Josh does a good job. Brian, yeah, you keep doing you, Brian.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
But I was just going to say about your rage quitting. I'm assuming it's got kind of like an Irish flair to it.
There's
It does.
Jameson involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I drink whiskey.
Josh
and then-
Jameson.
Yeah,
Jameson.
Josh Jameson. No, rage quitting for me, I shake my controller violently and I throw it like at something soft instead of a wall because I just can't afford to keep buying controllers. So
That's really smart of you.
You say all the cusses like
I do
but
all of the cusses.
Awesome.
See, I actually go to my local comptroller and just throw him against the wall.
That's actually
There's also a
very-
controller position too, so that's
Yeah.
really funny.
all
I
we like
bash the two of them together.
It works.
Well, that's it for me, guys. That's all for me. It was a good show. Thanks. And
Are you
that's it for
bailing?
me. No, I'm not
are you-
bailing. I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
Um, But that's
No,
all for me. That's all I'm playing right now.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm waiting for. I'm excited for Wolfenstein 2. I want that to come out for the Switch.
Only because it reminds you of Frankenstein. Is that why you're excited for it?
Mary Shelley's Wolfenstein.
That's the only reason I want to play it.
It'd be
You
really
fight
funny.
Frankenstein in the
Yeah.
game. That's
Did anyone play the new Doom? Did anyone play? Do you guys play the new
Yeah,
Doom?
I played some
I'm
of it.
actually currently playing it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
How is it?
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It's super fun.
I'd
It's
to-
like
Yeah.
it's like a. I mean, I'm playing it on the Xbox One X, so I'm playing the like.
When'd you get an
slightly
Xbox
more-
One X?
We'll get to that.
Oh jeez.
Well, I'm playing the slightly more souped up version than you'll be experiencing on the Switch, so I can't vouch for how fun it is on the Switch. Just because
it's
to
just
me,
as fun, and it's got motion control aiming.
Do you have
which
it on
sounds
the
like the worst thing is motion control aiming.
I mean, it's cool to have options.
Do you have to use it?
No, you
It's
can
an
shut it
option.
off. It's
Yeah,
an
motion
option.
control. I mean, I tried that. It's the same thing that it was on the gamepad. It's really hard, I'm imagining.
I doubt it's great, but I just think it's cool that they patch that in. Like it's a
Yeah,
neat little
but anyway, a game from
No.
id or ID Software. I don't know if you say id or ID, but they're always like the kings of like super fast graphic powerhouse games. So I would always opt to play the superior version of that. But yeah, Doom is fun. It is fast. It is like a super violent Halo. It's got the levels have like little secrets hidden here or there, but it's not too big where you feel exhausted. It's really fun that the kind of like execution aspect of the game where you basically like melee kill enemies in these little like moments where you like bash their head in or something. That's actually how you heal yourself. So that's kind of a fun mechanic where it's like
It's ironic.
if you're shooting around, you're running low on health. It's like your best bet is to just run in and start meleeing everything out of
That's a
people.
cool
and-
way to encourage more carnage. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Anyway.
So janking crank and what are you playing?
Yeah, I am playing. I finished Faye.
Nice.
Yeah, and it was good. The ending, it didn't really end. It's just like you like there's no story, like there's no narrative, and there's a narrative, but nobody talks. So like you do this task, and then you're like, okay, did I finish the game? And then the credits roll, and all of a sudden you're flying over a body of water, and you land in the forest on the other side, and you just get to keep playing.
Huh.
Sounds like you're telling me about a weird dream you had. This is not a joke,
Faye is a
though
dream,
it may
man.
sound like one, but I read somewhere that it's actually pronounced fee.
Is it?
Yeah, I
Fee?
saw that too, but whatever. I also read somewhere that you were writing and have a review coming up soon.
Yeah. Well,
I
feel
read
like
somewhere. I
that's
mean, a
true.
text message. So
the
they sent
written
me-
review. Yeah, the written
I was gonna
review's
say,
up.
where'd you read
already.
that?
yeah, well,
Spoiler.
audio review will be on next week, guys.
I listened to your
Yeah.
N++ review. That was
Yeah?
really good.
What'd you
Yeah,
think?
It was good. I liked
You
it.
give it an M++.
Yes. The devs actually commented on that.
Yeah,
like, they were stoked on it.
They did.
Really?
They
That's
probably
awesome.
didn't listen to it because I was kind of bashing it a little bit,
Yeah,
but
well, they're stoked that you bashed it.
I don't think you bashed it. You were pretty objective. I thought.
I was trying to be balanced about
I mean,
it.
yeah, you're not gushing about it.
Most of it was my fault because I suck at it. So
No one wants to hear a review where someone just like gushes about how great a game is. I wouldn't.
Sorry, I spoke in a review about Celeste and I gush about the game consistently.
it's like,
Yeah.
my
it's
name's
the
Brian
number.
Wagner.
number
Celeste
one.
sucks. The end.
So what's the next review that you're working on?
That's it.
Nothing
Fee,
for the time being. Right?
Faye.
FIFA.
Yeah,
We might
Fee,
have
Faye.
an
FIFA fun.
Owlboy or Dragon Quest Builders thing,
Yeah.
but no more other.
And then I played Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Hooray!
I got like 30 minutes into it.
You love it.
Stop playing. So
Your favorite game? Favorite game 2018.
I got to throw some poop, and that was funny.
Would
But
you play it again once the game is patched, like we talked about last week?
yeah, I didn't like how much reading I had to do.
Reading is so overrated.
Well, and the text is so small, and I just don't want to
It's like, just tell it to me in a 25-minute cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. At 20
Seriously, guys.
and I'll only watch the first 20 minutes of it.
This
there
game
are
should be-
words here.
this game should be rated adult for how boring and lame it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No,
When can I kill like 900 guys with my sword in ancient
that's it.
China,
I just
walking through a village,
I just want
Dynasty Warriors 9 style?
I just want to swing a sword and like knock 50 dudes into the air. That's it. Is that so much to ask for?
Yeah. If
That
you
sounds
wanted
like
to
your
read,
Friday
you
night,
just do
Josh.
your taxes.
You literally sound like friend of the show, Joel.
Friend of the show, Joel.
he was telling me how he's playing Dynasty Warriors 9 and
Team.
Metal Gear Survive, and
gosh.
his favorite things are just blasting stuff, man. And